So welcome in, everybody, to the next episode of Fancie's Fables, episode 10. Can you guys believe it? 10 episodes already. I'm so fucking stoked. I am so hyped. If you guys are watching on YouTube right now, thank you so much for the support. If you're watching us live on Twitch, welcome. If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe, which is free on that platform, and really helps out a lot. Also, if you're there, go ahead and leave a comment of your favorite part of each episode. Let us know how we're doing, because we appreciate you, and we'd like to see how we're doing. I just said the same thing twice. Over here in the Twitch
Reiteration
world,
is always good.
Yep. Repetition. Over here in the Twitch world, thank you so much for being in chat, guys. We love seeing you converse during the episodes, and I am not going to look at the Discord this time. It's not going to happen.
Bold words, my friend. Challenge accepted.
But yes, my wonderful companions here making up this great party. Let's go around and introduce ourselves and our characters. We're going to start with Bullet.
I mean, how should I introduce myself? Like I normally introduce myself?
Tell us who you are and who you're playing.
Oh, okay. Hello, everybody. My name, me Bullet. Also, me Temin. I play the Warforged named Temin.
What? Who just?
Oh.
Who did that?
I'm so
Who the
I'm
fuck?
so sorry.
You can drag.
I mean, I'm not Temin anymore right now, am I?
Shit!
You're
I mean,
Kane now. You're Kane now.
Oh my god.
I didn't like what you were doing, so
Oh
so sorry.
my
I'm
god.
so
Meet
sorry.
Kane now.
I don't know where anything was. I don't know who was who.
I'm so sorry.
Chaos.
It was such an accident.
Right?
I-
No.
I love this.
Amanda, I love you.
There we
so
go.
sorry.
Okay. I don't know how Amanda switching with Kelp caused everyone to get fucked up when I tried to fix it.
It's what we
Oh
do,
my
baby.
God. I love you guys. Okay,
Good
okay.
recovery. I was just testing you, Xavier. You're fit to be the DM. Continue.
Thank you.
Everyone
Oh, thank
continue.
you. Thank you. Yes. So you, Temin, me, Poe.
Me, Phoebe.
Yep. You know what? We're canning that. We're canning that segment. We're canning that skit. Don't worry about it. I'll never do that to you again.
I ruined it, I'm sorry.
So yes, we are joined by our wonderful players, all comedians. Bulletproof Turtle Man playing the Warforged Temin, Kelp playing the Halfling Phoebe, Art is my voice playing the Kalashtar Koraktau. Say that 3 times fast. Amanda Dufresne playing the Dragonborn Kane, and that rhymes. That's fun. And our special guest for the 2nd week in a row, well, actually 3rd week, because he did have a little bit of an appearance. Hunter McHuntingtons as the Gnomeling Eros. Yes. And before we get into our recap, which is a special recap, because 2 recaps, because there were kind of 2 episodes that had happened since last week, we're going to ask a question. A wonderful question. One that gets into the minds of our characters and players and gives us further insight into their mystique. Yeah. So the question this week that I ask you is, why did your character choose the fighting style that they have? I know, something you don't really think about, right? But a weapon is just a tool that someone uses to resolve conflict. So what is it about the tools your characters use that really appeals to you? Is Booker a tool? Would you say that about him?
Well, who says you need to have a tool to take
All right, you
on
go
a certain
first. You go
fighting
first,
style?
Phoebe. Tell me.
Yeah, so Phoebe, being the little pacifist that she is, you know, babies come into this world violent, man. She didn't just be born and decide to not choose violence. The non-violent path chose her.
Phoebe
no,
was
so-
born choosing violence every day.
Yeah. So Phoebe's fighting style is that of a pacifist and a healer. So she has no attack spells to her name, and she doesn't have a single weapon on her.
Amazing.
Amazing. And this is because of not only her mother's influence and teachings, but because of the deity that she believes in, which is Eldath, the Green Goddess. And she believes in pacifism and only using action when it comes to self-defense. So she practices what has been preached and taught to her.
Nice.
Mhm.
Yes, Phoebe resolves things verbally. I almost said orally, but that would be a little different.
No comment. No comment.
All the bards and chat are
It's
like,
still,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
quite passive.
All right, we're gonna shift up. Koraktao.
Well, Ko has quite a few things at his disposal, ranging from knives to psychic abilities to bardic spells of sorts. And the reason why he has all of those things is because he often has to take on particular roles in which he has to get into conflicts in all sorts of manners and resolve them accordingly. Yeah,
Nice.
that's the short answer.
Good. All right, Kane.
So Kane likes to use great axes and great swords because it's quicker than killing someone with his bare hands. So,
Oh,
but it's not beneath him to do that.
I was gonna say only as quick as he chooses, though.
Well, for the most part, he doesn't really need his weapons, but he does need them when he goes out and adventuring because townspeople are much easier to crush.
I'm pretty sure
So-
most of Kane's kills comes from
Kane
bare
kill count.
hands.
From being stepped on.
seems like a
Yeah.
tongue twister.
Big blue goes
Kill
squish.
kills comes from bare hands.
Well, he also has like he's gone out and he's fought bigger beasts than him. So like I said, it's usually a good backup plan for him. But
yeah.
again, not beneath him to just use his hands.
Like wrestling that dragon, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Kane's real adept with his hands. Bring that mic just a little bit closer, please. And
It's like all stretched out.
Friendship.
I'm gonna have to fucking scream.
Yeah. What do you think I'm doing? Look at me.
Scream.
Kelp is
I'm
yelling,
making out with this thing.
and her mic is right next to her.
That's right.
Why is it like this? I don't have a fan on.
Oh, you sound so crystal clear like that.
That was really nice.
Yeah,
actually.
that was
I
really
liked it.
good.
That was really good.
What? We can
Get
hear
outta
you.
here. I'm just here to have fun, not to know about microphones.
Perfect. That's great.
We won. We won. Okay. Temin.
Hemin uses his dual short swords because they are much more effective for making multiple strikes on his opponents, especially when he needs to smite quickly and hit a lot of things. But he also has a great sword that is a reminder of his teacher, or his commander and teacher, that he does use on occasion. But his fighting style specifically is interception because he was made to pretty much be the front line type of attacker and defend his allies.
Oh yeah. Temin is definitely high on that martial prowess, right next to Kane, though a little more tactful. And yeah, two blades are better than one. Typically. All right, Eros.
Well, the pen is mightier than the sword, and when you spend your entire day surrounded by pen and parchment, you learn to either love it or to pick up another trade. Others might doodle when in a client meeting, but Eros would take the time to kind of inscribe spells into his spell book. It's a tool that goes very hand in hand with being a merchant.
Absolutely. You got your ledger, you've got your spell book, and you got your little black book. Three important things.
Of course.
Awesome. So, you knew this was coming, so don't act surprised. Amanda with the recap for last week. Let's go,
Yeah.
baby!
Okay. I actually took
Regale
notes.
us. Tell me.
So, So last week we started in the library with Evan, and we found out he got mad at Eros because, you know, he brought the book that turned to mush and weird things. And Evan told us that this was the 5th book that this has happened, and he's getting really fucking pissed off. And he was like, okay, so you're going to talk to the last person that I have basically enslaved to pay off the debt that I missed out on or whatever because of that. So there's this tiefling that comes up, and her name is Valor, and she's super fucking cool, and she's just as tall as Kane, so that was really cool. And she's just not impressed with us because now she has to clean up all the gook that is everywhere. So that's fun. And then she is basically like working in his wine cellar and like serving Evan, but he told her that he can like let her go early once this mess is clean. So that was cool too. Anyways, so Evan offers Kane 250 gold for either the tomb or for basically to make this all go away, to make it stop, to figure out what the fuck is going on. And then he'll give him more money if he can get scrolls or any other information that these people are making this stuff happen. So he basically gave Kane an incentive to get more than just ending it. But if he ends it, he's happy with that too.
And what were those things called that the books turned into?
Booger books.
Wachasms, Cazawaps.
They are called
Cazawaps.
Grimlock.
Whack-a-mack.
No, not a Grimlocking.
No.
A Ging Watson. A Ging Watson.
A gigawatt.
Ging Watson.
This is like a Seussian word.
This is better than box of
Is it
incest.
Ging or Jing Watson?
Ging Watsum.
Ging Watson.
Gingwazit.
These little
Same
bubbly
thing.
monsters.
Wait, W-A-T. Wait. G-I-N-G. W-A-T-Z-I-M-S.
E-I-E-I-O.
I just lost the spelling bee. Yes, continue. Sorry. I apologize for so rudely interrupting.
So he's like, Kane, do the thing. And then Kane was like, okay, fine, for money, I will. And then Ko is like, my face. And he like topples over and his eyes start like glowing blue and stuff. So then everyone was like, okay, you shouldn't like go out like that because you look sick. And we're all like, okay, yeah, you should stay. So then he stays, okay? And then he's with Evan and we're all like, all right, let's just go. So we're heading to the south, right? It's uneventful until like the 5th night. However, let me just note, Temin and Phoebe are like, hey, we're gonna go with Eros and Kane, even though we weren't like asked to. Just shows how companion like they are and how sweet they are, because even Kane notes throughout the episode like, hey Phoebe, you weren't asked to come, you were fine not coming. And she was like, well, I'm gonna do it anyways because Phoebe, and we all love her and she's the best. Okay, so anyways, the 5th night of camping, we hear like twig snaps, right? We're all just chilling, we're all just vibing around a campfire, and this fucking like 3 giant rats, because Xavier hates Kane, 3 giant rats come out of the bushes, and of course they're gonna attack the party. And there's this like were-rat guy who's like, my minions. Okay, so Phoebe puts guidance on Kane, blah blah blah. There's a fight that breaks out, and then what was her name? I wrote down Wushiga. Wushiga. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard too, bitch.
Mushika. And it's
So
a male.
Wushiga. Oh my gosh. So Wushiga was basically,
I guess they did forget Mushika. Jesus.
They were trying to loot us. That's essentially what happened. We killed the rats, and then we grabbed Mushika, and we're like, hey, what the fuck is up? And they were like, oh, I'm just trying to loot you because I'm ugly and can't get a job. But I used to work for these guys, part of the guild, and now they booted me out. So then Kane pickpockets him because he's like, well, if you're gonna steal from me now, I'm gonna steal from you, and this is a problem for you now, so you're gonna deal with it. And then Temin takes his cloak and wraps it like around the what do you have, a sword that he had gotten off of another enemy early on in the campaign. And then we let them go, and then we go to the hang on, I have it written down. What's it called? The bazaar. It's huge. It's crazy. There's shops everywhere. There's all sorts of shops. There's an antique shop. There's a hot drinks place. There's spell shops. There's like all this stuff. Then we go into the wizard shop first, and we basically pissed off a guy who took his break early because he hated us. And then Eros ends up haggling a guy down, so those merchant skills came in handy. Gets a wand gets a stick or wand, a cheap, gross thing that he was way overcharging for Phoebe, but that's still super cute of him and super nice. Phoebe bought a bunch of scrolls. Then we hit up a bakery where there's a redheaded girl. It's called Autumn's Bakery, so I'm just gonna assume her name was Autumn or Autumn's Breads. Kane doesn't get anything, but they get bear claws because they wanted to give Kane a bear claw that got
What
Kane
else
got
happened,
something.
Kane?
And Kane got nothing. And then we went into the antique shop. And in the antique shop, Phoebe ended up getting a box of dreams. And then Eros gets, you got the item that lights fires when it gets wet. And then Temin ended up buying the candles. And I think it says the pin. I don't know whichever that one is. But like these candles. And then we go into a gear shop, which I forget what happened in there. I'm sorry, I didn't write it down. And then we see Amberdune's books. And then all of a sudden, a sick Co appeared in front of us, puking his brains out, and Kane laughed. And Phoebe said, "Kane, don't make fun of him." And that was the end.
Amanda, was that just you flexing on how many notes you took last session?
Well, I also have more, but I was like, they don't
Nah,
need
she's
the
flexing.
details of battle.
She's
I
flexing.
I just remember Xavier calling you out like, "You ain't taking notes," and you're like, "I'm taking notes."
I'm taking all the
Went
notes.
ham this time.
I'll take too many notes for you.
So, for everybody who watched the last episode, I'm sorry. You didn't need to. You just needed this recap, and, you know, you're brought up to speed.
Episode 10 is a perfect episode to just jump in on.
It's true. It's true. That
So
was the
now you
recap
just-
for the whole campaign before this.
You know what? Let them come in on this, okay? Sometimes
love
that's all
it.
they need.
Thank you. That was great. Lots of amazing details. I don't think there's anything I have to really fill in there. Yeah.
Oh, Eros protected me and him with
Yes, you
mage
both
armor.
have mage armor on. Yes, which is base AC 13 plus dexterity score. But that wasn't the only episode we had last week, because as you may have heard, Amanda state early on, Ko was debilitated by glowing blue eyes. That's just something that happens to his character whenever his psionics are working. But this seemed a little more painful. Dante, would you like to fill us in on the nature of that episode? You don't have to go into crazy details, because the episode's there, and it's short.
All right. So, basically, what happens is Ko gets a major headache. That's how it begins. He starts to feel sick. Basically, it's like a common cold thing for Kalishtar. We're gonna chalk it up to that. So, while that's happening, Evan takes interest in him and kind of just after Kane and the rest kind of "Oh, you're sick, Ko. You should stay back." Evan is kind of "Yeah, you should stay back." And they have a lunch date, basically. And they get into a discussion about the nature of the Kalishtar, the state of their beings and how they came about in Eberron, and where they originally come from, Dalcor, along with the Quori, which are the spirits that are linked to the Kalishtar. But then there's also evil Quori spirits who kind of just have taken over Dalcor. It comes in waves, the state of Dalcor, and we're currently in a flux of just nightmarish spirits. So they're the popular entity. And when they come over from that world and into mortals, they become inspired, which are the mortal enemies of the Kalishtar. And they are desperately trying to hunt them down and kill them all. But Ko explains that he is not with that. His original mission before he came to this world was to find a way to strengthen his people and free his people and get them in a fighting shape where they can take on the enemy. And Evan's like, "Oh, very interesting. Even more so interesting that you've got this fucking spirit in you." So then they have a lot of this conversation through telepathic communication, and they get to a point where Evan is so intrigued that he offers to help Ko, and they try to contact Raktau, which is Ko's spirit. Now, how the spirits work is the giant, they have a giant family tree, that spans thousands of years. And there was original Kalistar, and now Ko is just a descendant of such. And over time, the link between individual Kalistar and the spirit kind of gets diminished because there's now thousands of them linked to one spirit. However, there are individuals within each spirit lineage that might be chosen by said spirit to have a stronger connection, a more direct connection. And it used to belong to somebody by the name of Pai Raktau, who was a great fiery warrior who he was like a ferocious beast, which is very much in tune with the nature of Raktau, the actual spirit. And Evan and Ko managed to have a communion with Raktau, and Ko kind of warned Evan like, yo, when we go in here, be careful because you might get fucked up hard. And he almost did. He almost did twice, actually. But they managed to get enough information from Raktau. And basically what's happening is Ko's people are on like the brink of being like wiped out. And if Ko were to return home at this present time, which is his current like goal, is just to leave Toro and go back home to try and help his people. If he were to return home, he would almost entirely be slaughtered on the spot. So it is in his best interest to not go home yet and instead get stronger where he is. And Raktau made Ko aware that he has other Kalistar, specifically other Raktau or members of the Raktau lineage that have been transferred to Toril as well. Up to 6, I believe, of his kin exist, but he does not know the specifics of where they're at. Evan was able to help kind of give a general idea of like how many, and that's how they figured out the number, but it is going to take a while longer for them to figure out exactly where they are. So Ko's current mission after that session is to get stronger and gather up his brethren before returning home, before even thinking about going back home. But the issue of going back home is also something that's out of his hands right now. Evan is looking into it, so it's completely like off his list right now. He has another goal.
Yep, so Ko refocused with some information about his people and filling in some information for all of you about how it is Ko came here in the first place. Lots and lots of information, but lots of critical information understanding Ko's character and his current quest. And that brings us to where we are right now. In the middle of the large bazaar, as Amanda had explained, in Baldur's Gate itself. Standing outside of a simple little book seller, Amberdune Books. Now, to reset the stage for all of you, before you is a unremarkable little bookshop selling a variety of common tomes with just a few exceptions, though what really strikes the eye is what sits on top of these shelves. There, 6 books are displayed, fairy light cast above them to illuminate them in a spotlight, really giving them a splendor. These 6 books include The Fallen Tethymar, The Dark Hunger, Castanamir's Guide to Ging Watsums, Wanderings of a Hundle Asamar, Daughters of Grotst, and Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. And if you recall, Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions was just the book that Eros had brought to the Owl's Eye Tower of Learning, or of Knowledge. The Owl's Eye, which had turned out to be a Ging Watsum itself. Now, before they can really determine what they would like to do or how they would like to act, as Eros is casting mage armor on Phoebe and himself, There's a gust of air beside the party as Korak Tao appears beside them, losing his lunch. Or rather, the 6 glasses of wine that he had drunken with Evan.
Hi, Ko.
Oh, Ko, you do not look so well.
Hello. One moment.
Oh my goodness. Are you okay?
You know, that is a very good question. I was like, first he's looking at Temin, and then he's like, yes. I think I'll be fine. Wait. Where are we again?
We're at a bookstore because we're trying to figure out where the booger books came from, and we think
No.
this might be the place. Oh,
Like, general, like, larger scale, location, like...
oh, from Baldur's Gate.
Huh.
Very, very interesting city.
I do not know it.
You really missed out, Ko. We went to a couple of shops and they were super cool.
And we met a baker.
Well, I
Mhm.
met Rock Tao.
You-
Tao.
Isn't that the last part of, your long name?
Ko's gonna kind of like scrunch down to like Phoebe's level. Yes, I am Ko Rock Tao, but I have met the Rock Tao. Thanks to Evan. So thank you so much, King.
The first time I saw a mirror, it was pretty scary too.
Yeah. Wait. Who are you again?
Oh, I'm Eros. We're friends, remember?
Yeah, he's our friend.
He was the one getting roughed up outside the bookshop. Do you remember now?
Our new best
Okay.
friend.
New best friend.
Well, this is very fortunate. I'm in the mood, you see, to have friends around. This is a joyous moment, but whatever. Why are we here?
We're just
Nah.
gonna make sure that that book mush doesn't happen to Evan again.
Mm,
We need to be quiet because I think we're in the right place.
Oh, that's
Kind of-
We're
right.
just gonna make sure that book mush doesn't happen again.
Mhm.
Good note.
I
So,
see.
As you cast your eyes up at the little motley bookshop, you see there is a tall, lanky man with long hair, loosely pulled back in a ribbon, as he enthralls two customers, a tome open in his arms as he reads from it, gesticulating largely to them, really just putting on a show. Behind the shelf, or the countertop rather, stands a burly, middle-aged woman. She looks up and down the street, then leans forward towards the man, whispering in his ear. Before the man looks behind him, you see his eyes glance towards two patrolling soldiers of the Watch, the guards here in Baldur Gate, before he lowers his voice until they pass.
Did anyone else catch that?
So what happened?
Well, it's a common thing among salesmen, but sometimes when you're, doing the whole big performance and you're trying to sell what you got on the shelves, and then parties you don't want to hear come on by, you get real quiet. So this is a shady place.
Phoebe knows all about shady dealings.
That's really good because I think we can assume that they're ripping everyone else off just like they ripped me off.
Yeah, and we're gonna get your money back.
We're gonna get my money back
Mm-hmm.
and then the actual book that they owe me as well.
If they have it.
If they have it.
Mm-hmm.
See, they are watching the guards, and I always take note of guards where I am. In Waterdeep, they're a bunch of chumps who know me, and I know how to deal with that. But here, yeah, I would like to avoid the guards as much as possible as well, because I don't really have the pull that I have in Waterdeep here. So it's probably best that we figure this out. And Kane's painfully gonna be like, the way Phoebe might want to handle it any way she finds fit, because yeah, you can just take the lead on this one.
You got it, Kane.
But no promises, because I mean, if they die, then it still solves Evan's problems. I just can't do it in the street here. And he's gonna be like stretching and
Then should we take them out back somewhere?
Okay, this is what I was also gonna say. Now, Temin, using our words is really good, but we're gonna strafe away from those words that your friends taught you, because they're not very nice, and they could get us in trouble here. So if you see them, we call them friends, or gentlemen.
Or
What if
sir.
it's a woman?
That's a good point.
That is a madame.
Mhm.
That works.
Or a lady.
Or yeah, that also works.
Understood.
Why can't they be called gentlewomen? I don't. Anyways,
Female guard walks up and Temin goes, "Hello, lady," real aggressively.
I was just gonna do that. How did you read my mind?
So the two people, the customers, potential customers that are hearing the story from the tall man, you see they begin to lose interest, and he scrambles to retain it, closing the book quickly, and then saying, "Oh well, if that doesn't, if that does not interest you, then I have plenty of other books here that can certainly be what you are looking for." No, don't. As they walk away, disappearing into the crowd towards the rest of the wide.
So I think they might recognize me if I'm not careful.
do you have anything you could put on as a disguise, or?
No.
hell, Eros, actually, why don't you just walk up to them and see how they treat you?
Okay.
Start walking up.
Oh, I'll join.
No, I'm gonna grab Temin and I'm be like, Phoebe, you go with them.
Okay. And I'm gonna go with Eros.
But
Okay.
he said he's going to talk to the gentleman.
We'll let them talk to the gentleman. See, Temin, you and I and Co, we're kind of we're a little more intimidating. And unfortunately, though, I mean, I don't want to say anything bad about the other two, but they're small. And even though that can still be very scary and they can still be very threatening, most of the time, townfolk don't look at them as threats. So, if we stand back, we'll see how he behaves. And you know what? Maybe that back alley trick with might just happen if they decide to be a bunch of dickbags to those two small guys. So we'll just watch from over here. We'll make sure they're safe though, but we'll see how they behave, and then we'll decide.
Wait. Kane. So, what's the deal with this one? Eros, was it?
Eros.
He's
Yeah,
our friend.
He's been working with Evan, and you know me, I'm always traveling with whoever is gonna help me, and he's the inn at the bookstore. He's also gonna have his head on the line, so it'll help him clear his name so he doesn't have to be in debt to anybody else. And then Evan's problem gets cleared up as well.
Let's see. All right.
So Eros, as you joyously walk up to the stall with Phoebe in tow, the man there sees you approach, and he returns from his defeated posture. Welcome to my bookshop here, Amberdune Books. You see him kind of cast a glance to the middle-aged woman, who gives a momentary confused look before looking down at you and then looking away from you as quickly as she can.
What's
I'm
wrong?
going
You seem
to-
troubled.
I'm just gonna like look around this is my first time being here and I'm just browsing. Kind of like looking at the stuff that they have.
The only thing that troubles me is this. He reaches over and he grabs one of the tomes off the top. The Dark Hunger. And he flips it open. This tome is what troubles me. This is about a creature that lives amongst the stars, and the people who are aware of it suddenly are in danger of it.
Oh, well, that's much too scary for my taste.
No? He then slaps the book closed and puts it back up before grabbing a different one, the Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. Then perhaps you would like a traveling journal. One that recounts many tales of adventure and, well, many mad ramblings, but certainly an enjoyable read.
I don't know. What else you got?
You're a hard customer. He slaps the book closed and he continues.
The one that I can't. The name is so weird. The one that talks about making a booger book, essentially.
The Cam was its book.
Yeah,
Kingdom
that-
Oh,
Hearts.
yeah. The
Yeah.
King
King
Watson.
Watson.
Yeah, I'm gonna point to that one and be like,
Oh, that one looks interesting.
Yeah. So, Castanomir's Guide to Ging Watsums, which my hyperlink isn't working.
While the shopkeeper is kind of like busy getting books from wherever, can I like subtly cast Detect Magic?
Subtly cast it?
Yes. Oh, we to roll a sleight of hand?
Yeah. Give me
Oh.
a sleight of hand along with it.
That was almost really good. Oh, that's a 12.
You cast it successfully, and we will get to that in just a moment. Eros, you asked to see the book?
Yeah.
All right. The woman behind the counter. Oh, yes. Give me 1 second. She then grabs the book and warily begins to open it in front of you on the counter. This tome describes Gingwatsums and their various applications.
It's a funny word. I just wanted to see what it means.
Yes, it is a peculiar creature. Say, you look familiar to me.
Oh, I get that a lot.
Phoebe, on your detect magic, you sense the fairy lights and their conjurate. Are they?
Conjuration, yeah. Yeah, because you conjured them, right?
Yeah. If they're not, whatever. You sense
They are now.
the school of magic from the fairy lights, and you also sense a lot of magic radiating from the 6 books, one of which currently being held open to Eros right now. The school of which being transmutation.
Okay.
Which we had mentioned before.
The woman showing you the book of Ging Watsums casts a hasty glance at Phoebe before returning to you.
Listen, you all seem like very good salespeople, but something tells me you're not making your living off of some books. I have a client who's looking to invest a lot of money if he could find the right object. You catch my drift.
That is not something that I handle with. You would have to speak to someone else.
Would they be here?
No.
Are you sure you don't have anything other than books behind there?
I assure you that we are the respectable booksellers.
I'm not questioning your respectability. I'm just saying sometimes it's good to make a little money off the side.
Everything that we sell is within the laws of Baldur's Gate.
Of course.
There is nothing on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's really good information. We really appreciate you showing us what you had in stock, but I think we're just gonna head back with our group and take a look around Baldur's Gate some more. We're new to town.
Do enjoy your visit.
Thank you. And I'm gonna grab Eros's hand and we're gonna walk back to the group and I'm gonna whisper to Eros, "Those aren't books. Those definitely aren't books."
Then what should we do?
Maybe we should tell the rest of the group what we found.
Or, because the rest of the group, I want to, being the good friends that we are, we don't want them to be in trouble or get in danger. So what if we killed them for them, and then we took the bodies out back because they wanted to bury them out there or something? I don't know.
I know we are kind of new friends, but I don't really like violence.
Okay, good, because I'm not a fan of violence either.
Oh,
It gets me
good.
nervous.
Oh my goodness, Arrows, don't feel like you have to impress these guys. Like Kane, like the big guy, he's the big softie, he's a big hugger. He's like, he doesn't like to admit it, but we're his best friends. And then Ko's pretty he's a jokester. He's got jokes for days, and he's kind of the leader of the group, but I'm not really sure at this point since it keeps getting passed around. And then Temin is just a really good guy, and he's learning a lot about himself, but we don't gotta be violent.
Okay, so if we kill them, we do it quick so they don't suffer.
No, we're gonna solve this peacefully if we can.
So
okay.
The other three of you, as your companions are talking to the shop owners, you don't hear, but you see what the interaction is. And as they're walking back to you, talking to each other, you see the two workers at the shop begin conversing with one another as well, watching them walk up to you.
All right, so what did they say? Did they
They're
give you shit
selling
arrows?
booger books.
All of those books are trash?
Okay, so essentially I did a little ooh, and what I found from my ooh was that the books that are directly under the fairy lights are somewhat of a transmutated being. So they look like books, but they're not really books.
DM, can I just clarify, is this a cart or is this an actual bookshop?
It is like a stall. So
Okay.
yeah, it's relatively small. It's probably only about 15 feet deep by 20 feet wide. It's got the counter and the shelf of books, so it's not a very big thing. You can see there's a door on the side that they get in and out of the counter space. And yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna kneel down. Hang on, just write that down. All booger books. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna kneel down and I'm just gonna be like, listen, I have no idea about magic or what y'all do to make these things do these things. All right. Now, you didn't see anything over there that would literally be like, hey, they're doing this. Or I'm going to look at Eros and be like, if they were to make these books a certain way, they obviously wouldn't do it in the stall. They wouldn't have the space, right? They need to do something, right?
I mean, I think they might have alluded to someone knowing how to do it, but then they were like, I don't know.
They alluded they know what they're doing. They know that they know, but they don't want you to know that. So Eros, if I were to make one of these books, I'd need a space to make them in.
I don't think you can make them. I appreciate it. I just don't know if you have the magical capabilities to do so.
Thank you for clearing that up. I'm just so heartbroken to hear that I cannot make these
Oh, don't be
books, but
heartbroken. It's really hard to do. Magic is very confusing sometimes.
I'm gonna stand up. I think that maybe they have a place they are making them, not here.
That would make sense, yes.
So, what if we were to find that place?
That'd be very helpful.
Right. And they would know where that place is.
Probably, if that's where they get the books.
And they can't stay in their stall all night.
I have an idea.
Oh no.
Kevin?
Yes. From what I remember from speaking with my friend Sputs, he said when you have to deal with con artists, sometimes you have to go along with them. Perhaps we should ask to see more of their wares and ask to buy a large bulk purchase so they may show us where their wares are.
I think I might have an idea to work off of that. Because they can't be making the books here out in the open. They must have somewhere else where they're making them. So if we manage to get the information from them, we could follow them, because they're not staying here all night, to where it's going to be resourced. And that's where we'll find them.
Speaking of standing in the open, are you guys having this conversation in front of the stall?
We're
No,
like
where's
back
that
where
back?
the group was. We walked
They-
back.
Are you guys having this conversation 20 feet away from the stall?
I mean, I'm not
Yes,
talking
Mr.
loudly.
DM.
I did crouch down.
I mean,
and I was
the answer's yes.
quieter.
I mean, the answer's yes.
Just checking. It's a busy market, but you are in a quieter area on the perimeter. Not as many people meandering about here.
Trying to think.
Just check what I know for languages.
I will give you...
I was going to say, Ko can communicate with us through telepathy, right? So why not just have a conversation that way?
It is not a shared...
Yeah, I
It's
can.
Oh,
he can speak to all of you at once,
Yeah.
but then only one person will be allowed to reply.
gotcha. Okay.
Use a ticket system. Everybody takes a number.
We'll pick straws. Whoever gets, the biggest gets to win.
Rock, paper, scissors.
So, as you stand there, conversing with one another, hatching your plan, a woman walks up to the stall. She wears a black cloak with a black wrapping around her head. She has an authoritarian air about her, tall and imposing. She walks up very smooth, very calm, very controlled. She stops at the stall and begins to converse with the two workers there, who talk back to her hurriedly, between one another and then to her again. She nods, and then the stout woman behind the counter makes a gesture, and the woman in the cloak holds up a hand, and you see her nod. Is there anything you do at this time?
Lady. Gentle lady. I'm just pointing at the stall.
Oh no.
I'm going to put down his pointer finger. And just put it down. Just put it down.
She turns around, and you see
Should we not warn her?
a woman with a deep brown-hued skin, her eyes a shimmering amber, and she begins to walk towards all of you.
Yes, please.
Just
Wait,
as calm, just as controlled, still tall and authoritarian. And as she gets close enough to you for you to all hear her speak, my workers tell me that you are very interested in our books.
Hello, lady. And I point with my other hand.
That would be correct.
Hello to you. I am sorry. I have forgotten my manners. I am Korvala. And this is my bookshop.
Well, it's a wonderful bookshop. We were just
It is.
talking over how I'm sure that it is a booming business, but I have a client who might be interested in seeing a little bit more of it.
They have told me that you have shopped here before, no?
Well, how else would I know of the tricks? It's a very smart move.
I see. You think that our books are tricks?
Oh, I'm not assuming that they're tricks. That they are in themselves masterpieces. Great way to make coin, which is why I'm thinking that with my client, we can expand your business to reach much greater heights than what it currently is at.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Come on. No.
No!
The 12.
She straightens herself up. I know not of what you speak, and I think it would be best if you did not go around speaking such things.
Understood.
But your books are so interesting.
Yes.
I did not know books could do such things. You've enlightened me with such wonderful craftsmanship.
Yes, every book is one of a kind, its own special tale within. If you would like to make any purchases, do so. Otherwise, you are blocking the street.
But it is so open, and there are so few people around. Is this not an open market?
She turns and begins walking away.
She is a strange lady.
I look to everyone.
I think we should follow her.
If we did right now, I think it would be a little too obvious.
We could keep like a few feet behind her, and then she wouldn't see us.
Kane, give me a wisdom check.
Oh! Oh gosh, the hot lady's trying to charm Kane.
11.
Okay.
Yeah, just 11.
So you know, in Waterdeep, that the shops close around 6 p.m.
What
It
time
is
is it
currently about 4.
now? If I look around, are there shops that have are there like shops that are kind of sit-in shops, like a bar or cafe or someplace that has a view of this shop?
Well, I know how adamant you all were in getting a hot drink on your victory return.
I was gonna say that!
Would we like to save the hot drink for that, or is that the stall nearest you?
Tea stakeout!
Yeah, why not? I mean, we're always staking out in a tavern. It would be nice to do it in like a tea shop.
Yeah. Okay,
Tea
sure.
stakeout!
So about 50 feet, still within eye shot, but a little further into the wide itself, is that hot drink stall named aptly Heath's Hot Drinks. Now, Heath has a stall that has many kegs and then an apparatus through which he uses to heat said drinks. Now, you're not sure what precisely would grant him this ability. You assume some magic of some form, but that's not why you're here. In front of his stall is a semicircle bar with several seats. And there are people currently sitting in those seats, but their glasses are empty and your throats are dry.
And those are perfect seats for us to see those people.
There just happens to be 5 seats there. And from that position of seating, it is perfect eye line over to Amberdune books. It's like it was just meant to be.
And you said there's people still sitting there just chatting, or is it empty?
Oh yeah, they're just yucking it up.
Damn it. All right, so I'm going to go over and I'm going to put my big arm between who's ever like having a face conversation with each other and kind of like hug them behind and just be like, man, I cannot wait. And I'm going to tap my big claws on the thing until I can get a drink with my companions as well. Were these good? Were these really good?
Yeah, the mulled wine is great. He casts a wide-eyed glance to the rest of your party.
The mulled wine.
Oh, I
have
get
arrows.
what Kane is doing. I'm gonna come right up behind Kane and just be on the other side of that person. Our
this
friends.
is my friend Temin. Hey, Temin.
Hello, Kane. Our
Kevin
friends
would
are
like
really
some tea.
thirsty.
Yes, we're all very thirsty. And he said the mulled wine is great. So I can't wait to try that when it's my turn to sit. And I'm going to just smile with a big toothy grin.
Wide-eyed, he looks over at Temin and then back at Kane. I'll see you guys tomorrow. And he tries to like,
I'll let him go. I don't even want to hold him. Just go. Just get out of here.
Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe's just like watching this happen. She's just climbing on top of like a bar stool or a chair, and she's just kind of sitting.
Well, one just opened.
Oh, I thought there were empty ones next to that table. Just kidding.
No, Kane's bullying the crew so that you guys can sit.
As he slips out, Phoebe slips in, climbing up into the bar stool. The other guys kind of look at you and just shake their heads, put some coin on the table. I see you, Heath. And they take off.
Perfect.
Heath, a large... Sorry, it was too loud. Heath, a large half-orc, turns to regard all of you. He has long, braided hair, and his apron is stained from different colored liquids. I guess my reputation precedes me. You all seem eager for a drink.
Could use a drink, yeah, that'd be nice. Thank you.
Have a seat. You can see my listings here. He points up to a list that shows all the different drinks that Heath offers here at his establishment, such as mulled wine, hot cider, strong teas, and something called Dragon's Cocoa.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, I have to have that.
I'll take the dragon's cocoa.
I'm gonna have that too.
Oh, sounds interesting.
Think
Oh,
I am
and-
all set on drinks for now.
Sure, some dragon's cocoa might make you
If-
feel a
if
little
you-
better.
Yeah, if you
No,
can.
thank you.
Can we have like a small jar of honey, like just like so we can with a little spoon?
Honey in the Dragon's Cocoa. I hadn't thought of that. He pours 2 tankards. You see he attaches some hose-type apparatus to this brass contraption and pulls the lever, and a mighty gout of steam shoots up into the air as the cup fills with this frothy, hot, deep brown liquid. He then goes into some of his supplies, and you see him pull out a rather old jar of honey. You can tell by the crustiness on the outside. It's not used often, but honey never goes bad.
No, it
He
does.
pops it open, and with a generous spoonful, he puts a honey-covered spoon into both of the tankards and hands them to you. Let me know how it is. I might make it a regular.
Thank you so much.
Of
Looks
course.
delicious.
That'll be 2 silver, please.
I'll hand over 2 silver.
I give him 4.
Ooh.
Thank you. He scoops it up. The rest of you, I'm sure big mighty warriors like yourselves, he looks at Kane and Temin, are looking for something hot and strong.
You said mulled wine, correct, Kane?
That's what the previous guy here said, and he seemed pretty close to Heath, was it?
Name's Heath. We have our regulars here.
Then I'll go off one of theirs.
All right. He gets 2 tankards of mulled wine. And you, friend. Turning to Ko.
No, thank you. I am just here. My companions.
Accompaniment, of course. If a customer does arrive, you will have to vacate your seat.
That will be okay.
Can you, if possible, he'll have a glass of water.
Water. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think that's what you can get here.
We'll see
This-
you at
this
the
place
river.
is-
Oh.
Exactly.
Water.
Yes, he's right to laugh. You do understand.
Oh.
2 silver
I
each,
was-
by the way. He points at Kane and Temin.
I'll give him the 2 silver. But I'm also gonna stop and be like, do you have any fancy cures for I'm gonna look over at Ko. Maybe a hangover?
A hangover. I have just the thing for you.
Oh no. My friend over there. I'll pay for his, don't worry about it.
Ah,
I just like squint my eyes at Kane. Just
you're gonna get something of Heath's today. He then goes and rummages through his things. He attaches a different nozzle, pulls it, steam gouts up. The tankard fills halfway. He then puts some other things in it. And then you see him whistle over to someone and make a gesture with his hand. And then he signs something. Do any of you know Thieves' Cant?
Yes. No, I don't know thieves can.
Oh,
The rogue thing.
All
That's
right.
what I was literally looking for if I had, but I didn't have it.
So he makes some strange gestures with his hand. And then you see a small boy run up with a package in his hands. And he opens it, and you see there's some grease on it. And in it is some kind of cooked pork. Nice and greasy. He then takes a couple pieces of it, sticks it in the tankard, lets that grease kind of soak around in the liquid, and then he hands it to you, Ko. There you go. That'll be 4 silver.
it's on him.
He looks over at
Big
Kane.
blue guy. I'm gonna.
How many
I'm
silver
gonna,
you said 4?
Yep.
I'm gonna just bring it up to my nose first.
Yeah. So you sniff it in, and you smell this deep, rich smell. It's savory, but there's a hint of sweetness at the end of it.
Is it strong enough? You guys know, like, when your nose is blocked up and you got like mint or anything with like menthol in it, does it have that sort of effect as I'm trying to like?
This does not. When you smell it, now it's not. No. When you smell it, it reminds you of soldiers in the field, right? This seems like the kind of thing that they would whip together and be like, "Don't worry, buddy, this will cure you."
I'm gonna like look over at King. Are you sure this is the path you want me to walk right now?
I don't know. To be sober, sure. To feel not sick, yeah, man. I've never been here.
You're looking at this and you think this is.
You can
gonna
always
be
get the
sober.
dragon's cocoa. It's pretty good.
It's
Speaking
really
of,
good.
it is delicious. It is creamy. It is smooth. It is the perfect temperature despite you seeing the heat rise from it and that steam. It is liquid bliss. However, after each sip, on the back of your tongue, there's a little tingle of spice. Thus the name. And for Temin and Kane, the mulled wine, probably
I'm not even drinking.
for Kane, who's drinking the mulled wine.
Yeah. Tevin's just sitting there like, yeah, I got my wine.
I'm going
Mean.
to, well, if Phoebe puts her cup down, I'm going to cast Shape Water. And I'm going to change a little portion of her drink to be like in the shape of a tiny little dragon that kind of jumps up to the top of the cup, like scratching to get up, and then like waiting to jump to get drunk, like to be swallowed.
Oh,
Swallow the little
my
dragon.
goodness.
Adorable.
You are so cute. I don't know if I can drink you.
Called it.
Oh my goodness. This is the best thing ever. And
It's-
Phoebe has like
it's-
a huge chocolate mustache.
It's fun to play with your food,
Isn't it though?
right?
Oh
My
my
parents always told me if you're not playing with your food, you're doing it wrong.
So did mine.
I'm literally just gonna shake my head at the two of them and turn away and just start chugging this.
Yeah.
It can't be any worse.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Either
go
way.
ahead, go. You're good.
I either get super fucked up and don't pay attention to any of this, or I'm cured and then, whatever. I can just ignore it.
Who knows?
As you-
Who knows?
As you're turning away, though, you see Temin, who's just been staring contemplatively at his drink. As he just kind of gets up from his seat, and I start walking towards the Amberdune. Is the lady that we saw there earlier there? The one in black?
Oh
Is it
my god.
Kalara?
all right.
Korvala?
So, Co, roll me a Constitution save. And the Temin gets up and takes his tankard with him. He's about 10 paces away when, Kane, you notice that Temin got up and left.
Well, obviously I can see over to the bookshop, so I'm gonna look around. Do I see him anywhere?
Oh, yeah. He's making his way downtown.
Banging his way.
Oh.
Co, what'd you
I'm
get?
gonna.
I got a 19.
You feel great. It's delicious.
You know what? I'm gonna see how this plays out. I'll let him have it. I'm not chasing him down.
All right. Temin.
Wait, chasing who down? Oh, Temin.
Is Korvala there?
She is not.
See if there's
Oh, so she's gone. I'm just gonna walk up to one of the people we saw earlier.
Okay.
Excuse me, gentlemen. And I just wave to the man that was selling the books earlier.
Mm-hmm. He turns to you. Welcome. You... Yes.
Is the owner, Korvala, do you happen to know where she is?
He eyes you suspiciously. Why do you ask?
Oh, this drink is delicious, I heard. So I merely wanted to offer it to her as a token of kindness.
That is a nice gesture, but she is not nearby to acquire this drink from you.
Then perhaps you would like this drink.
I would. He
Please,
takes
You're
it,
gonna poison it.
and you see the woman behind the counter do like a Right. And he waves her off and drinks it, and that is a good drink. We do not often get to walk around the wide and shop. Where did you get this from?
Oh, we received it from a place called Heath's Hot Drinks.
Heath's Hot Drinks. I will have to visit. No. The woman behind the counter continues.
It is rather affordable. It is only 2 silver for that. It is called mulled wine.
I appreciate you bringing me the refreshment, friend. He then hands you back the tankard. But
Sure.
Corvala is, He looks at the woman. She is back at, she is home.
Oh, and where is her home, might I ask?
Well, I cannot tell you that. But if you keep being friendly with us, perhaps you can find out. He smiles
Oh.
wide.
Would you like another drink, perhaps?
The woman then speaks up. No, he would not like another drink. Please,
Oh.
all this questioning, it is not fair to us.
Oh, then would you like a drink as well?
You see her taken aback for a moment.
You seem like a very nice lady.
Give me a charisma check. Now, yeah, just charisma.
Is Temin single-handedly clutching this right now?
Oh, that's just a 9.
It's literally what I'm sitting here thinking, like, really? This is happening?
All right.
My God, Tevin.
You see her almost take your words to heart, and then she... I think that we have seen you enough today.
Did we see this all happening when we noticed that he was gone?
Oh, if you look over, you see Temin at the stall.
Yeah. Can I have an idea? Can I make my way over there?
Make it away.
Downtown.
Eros gets up and heads towards Temin.
I'll be right back. Okay.
When Eros gets
While
up to
I'm heading over there, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts
On whom?
on myself. It means that just for the next minute, I can detect surface thoughts, and if I concentrate, then I can do other ones, and I can lead where their thoughts go by mentioning certain keywords. Like if I was talking about where's their hideout, then that would immediately get their brain thinking about where their hideout is.
Classic.
It's a very long spell.
Yes, it is. I don't think I've read it in about a year, but okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
So you cast Detect Thoughts on yourself, and you approach with Temin, discussing with them.
Oh, good to see you again. Did you think about our
My
proposal?
best friend.
Listen, is there anything that we can do to keep you from coming back here?
Well, we could negotiate.
I am not one who can negotiate.
But
She-
we have something that you really, really would want.
She casts a wary eye around. What? What is it?
The antidote.
She then looks over at the lanky man, who then... You do not!
Oh, we didn't. Just like your books here are all books.
You're sick. You're a sick man. You give that to him now.
I mean, perhaps we could talk in a little bit of a more private spot.
How long does he have?
Well, that depends. What's his heart rate at right now?
I'm gonna reach out to him and like put my hand on his shoulder.
He jumps.
It does.
Don't touch me.
Oh no! It seems like he doesn't have long. And I look over to Eros. It was much more effective than you had told me, friend.
He looks at the woman.
I would suggest taking deep breaths and not getting upset because it'll make this process go a lot faster.
You see him. The woman then. Enough. We are in the north section. We'll take you there. Just give it to him.
Can I use detect thoughts on her to see if she's like thinking this a lie or if this is the truth kind of thing?
Yeah, so you use your detect thoughts on her, and in her mind, you can see.
She does get a wisdom save if you would like.
She's frantic right now. You see the. What in the hell? Aha! No. Oh my god. Is that the one thing I didn't write down? That's
What, wisdom save?
hilarious.
Her wisdom score.
No. She's gonna fail. It's fine. Ah, that's what it is. Okay. Yes. So in her mind, you see the Blackgate district in Baldur's Gate. It is a poor district, and you can see in her mind's eye a disheveled, rinky-dink shack of sorts when she mentions where they are.
Do I have would I be able to go there by myself? Like, do I have a good enough image of the path to get there with just us? Would you say?
No.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll take out an inkwell.
You have to take a sip of this once a day for the next month.
Oh,
He
but I
immediately
can
grabs
just-
it and takes a sip of it.
Just a sip, nothing more.
Okay,
Oh.
okay. You see a little bit of blue on his lips and in between his teeth. The woman then narrows her eyes. That is not funny.
Oh, but I can. I just look over to Eris. But if the man wants to be cured right now, I do have the power of my lay on hands.
Oh, that could work.
I think we might need some direction first, though.
I'll get the rest of our group. Be right back.
And I'll head towards the drink.
Heat's hot drinks.
Yeah.
Yes, Heath's hot drinks.
So,
And
as Eros heads back to Heat's hot drinks, the woman looks at you, Temin, and shakes her head. Please, this is just too much. We should not have to be dealing with this. We will take you there. You can speak to Corvada.
Oh, that is great. I'm gonna pull out my cleansing stone and walk up to the man with the blue ink on his face. And just use it, just kind of rub it on his face. My friend, you have a stain on your face.
Thank you. Back at Heath's.
The moment that Arrows walked away, I would turn to Kane, like, now that I am fully sober, I am assuming, or at least feeling better. Just like, so what exactly is going on there? What's his deal? Like, is he useful?
Who, Eros?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, he's gonna be useful for now, and until we get the book stuff straightened out. Other than that, I think he's got his own thing going on, right?
And I'm gonna kind of like rest back on the counter and kind of like literally watching what transpired between them. It was like, I wonder what's going on over there.
Oh yeah, over there. As long as we can follow these guys at the end of this, I mean, I'm gonna let it see what happens. I mean, I can't go around strangling people, so I have to have
Neglecting
faith
your
in-
duties as leader. I see, Kane.
I am allowing the party to decide if they want to do something different than strangling, and when that comes, I will be here ready to pick a guy up and choke him out.
Well, you have my support. And I'm gonna kind of like pat him on the shoulder. And when that time comes, I will follow you, leader.
Well, like I told you when we first met back up in the tavern, sometimes it's good to travel with other people, to have other ideas and other ways of going about things. I know my claws can only get me so far, and we've come this far, so why not just have a drink and let it play out?
You know, somehow, your existence, just like, you've got this network, and then somehow you're in the center of it with so much wisdom. Evan, dear Evan, is a great companion to have. Thank you again. And I'll kind of like continue to drink and just like watching Eros and Temin do their thing across. But yes, I'll just continue to follow your advice, King. You clearly know what you're doing.
Well, remember, I'm from Waterdeep, so a lot of the people have known me since I was very young.
Mm-hmm. Whatever that means.
It means some people like me and some people don't, and here we are.
Eros, you arrive back to your companions.
I have good news. We're getting taken to the place where they're making all the booger books.
I'm literally gonna drop face and be like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
No. Wait, why should I be?
No. I'm just gonna get up and be like, "Let's do this."
No.
Well,
Great. How did you do it?
Well, I noticed that Tevin gave a bit of his drink to the gentleman over there. So I approached and pretended like he was poisoned.
that's actually a good one.
They
Control
didn't
by
find
fear.
it funny, but it is pretty funny now that you mention it.
I think it's funny.
But yeah, they're taking us to some shack next to what was it again?
Blackgate.
Blackgate.
Good. That doesn't sound shady at all. Let's go.
I thought it would sound pretty shady.
I think it sounds pretty shady too.
That's a little shady.
King's really brave.
Ah, and I guess nothing really.
I'm
sounds
just gonna
shady
look
to him.
straight at Ko and be like, "How do I forget who I'm traveling with?" And I'm gonna walk to the door.
You're like, you know what? That one's on me.
So, you all head back over to the Amberdune books. They close up their shop early. And, amusingly enough, the tall man is now laughing about the poison gag and the ink. I cannot believe that I fell for that. You too. You tricky ones.
I would have never poisoned someone. That's mean. People die when they get poisoned.
You never know with random adventurers.
It's true.
Yes, we smash things. Not so much poison.
The direct approach. Yes. At least I'll see you coming. He slaps you on the shoulder.
Yes, I am not very stealthy. And I smack him back, but even harder.
Yes. The woman, shaking her head, closes up the shop. You see the top where the sign is actually folds down and in, and she clasps a padlock on it, locks it up, and hides the key away. And they lead you out of the wide towards the Black Gate district. This is a poorer area of Baldur's Gate. Not only visibly so, but also aromatically. There is a heavy, hot stench in the air of stables and animals and trash. Yeah. A lot of the buildings are barely hovels. And as you're walking through, Kane, give me a perception check.
16.
As you're being led by these two Amberdune workers, you see a man in an alley. The shade casts over his figure along with the setting sun in this dim light, and you see the glint of a blade as he picks two buck teeth. Narrow eyes stare at you.
Okay. I'll just kind of stay alert.
Okay. So, you all arrive at this desiccated, dilapidated hovel. The walls are all wooden. There are cracks and splinters and bent nails. And this is further in the corner of Blackgate, just like the Amberdune Books stall itself. Out of sight, out of mind. Now, the entire time you've walked through Blackgate District, you've not seen a single member of the Watch.
I was gonna say I'm gonna keep a lookout, but I'm like, nah, my guy's not.
The
Not him.
woman then produces a key and unlocks the front door. The man then traipses in, and she welcomes you all in.
This area is void of bootlickers. I'm asking, like, looking to the lady. Is there a reason?
The bootlickers?
Yes, the city guards.
Oh, yes. This is not a safe place in town. I recommend you come in quickly. She glances around.
Worry not, we will protect you. Especially Kane. And then just look over to Kane.
I'm just gonna be like, no. But I am watching our back just in case, because it's our backs I'm watching.
Kane, that guy?
Yeah.
He's closer.
So he is following us.
He has a nice fat rat in his arms that
How
he is
dare
petting.
you? How dare you?
And he stares at you incredulously from down the road.
I
The
was gonna say,
fucking
you
audacity.
just made that up, but like you're DM, and that's what you fucking do. Oh my god.
The audacity, body snatcher.
Body snatcher. The disrespect.
I
The
did not.
disrespect.
That is in my notes. Thank you very much.
Are you okay, so Kane is gonna turn around and see this motherfucker closer now and be like, you know what? Like, at this point, at first I was like, no, but then turn around, seeing this guy, Kane's like, are you fucking really approaching me right now? And he's gonna like square up. He's gonna chest out, be like, are you fucking...
You see? Kane will protect us.
Cole's gonna
So-
turn to see what Kane is, to who Kane is talking to.
I am also going to turn around.
All right. This man was not walking up to you, but he had followed you.
Oh, I don't
And
care. If he
is-
followed me, I'm calling him out. Like,
Okay,
from the shadows.
alright.
I'll be like, fucking you, dude.
You see him with his rat. He kind of... he smiles sharply. You're lucky with the ones you're with. Otherwise, I'd have your head.
Who was that directed at? Me?
Yeah, I know. I'm just like looking.
Everybody's looking at like, who the fuck was that
What is
for?
this? The
You
fuck is
see
this guy?
another rat crawl up onto his shoulder, and he
Is this
tickles
Mushchika?
its chin. Now, in this light, you can see he is horribly scarred. All over his visible skin.
I'm just gonna ask, do I recognize this guy?
Maybe if he were
Oh.
hairier.
Oh no, it's him.
Oh,
I'm just
It
gonna
does
cross my
appear
arms.
to be Mushchika in his
I'm
human
just-
form.
Okay.
How's the bakery going?
He looks
Wait.
at you confused. The woman holding the door waves her hand. Be off with you, Mushika.
Ho ho ho!
Oh, you are acquainted with our ugly friend.
We are not acquainted. He's a troublemaker. But he knows better than to cross us. Isn't that right, you rat shit? Mushika then slowly retreats back into the shadows, keeping his eyes on you, Kane.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old
Oh
man?
man.
I'm gonna turn back to the woman, not feeling as threatened anymore. Now that I fucking realize what it is, I'm gonna be like, call him over here, and for a couple gold, I'll take care of the problem. No more trouble, right?
Well, he said that he wasn't gonna do any more crime anymore. So,
Wait. So you all know him?
He tried to pickpocket us on the way here.
but then we set him on
He's
the right
alive.
path.
That's right.
I'm surprised, Kane.
Well, you know, I'm gonna throw my head to Phoebe. He promised not to do crime anymore.
See?
So Phoebe made friends with him. Is that what happened? And that's why he's not dead?
Phoebe and arrows.
The woman shakes her head. No, I do not wish to generate any ire from the guild. Please, come in, hurry.
Oh, but he
Alright, I'm
said he
just-
was kicked out of the guild for causing
I'm gonna
trouble.
usher everyone as he's
you
talking.
want.
Just go.
She says, yes, this sounds about right, and closes the door,
Maybe
locking
he
it
means
behind
the
you.
Bakers Guild.
So, in this room,
I-
you find a common area. There are 7 mismatched chairs. Different sizes, different colors, different woods, different materials. Just around in this room. There are a couple of mugs and plates on a small circular table, set up evenly, as if preparing for food. And there is a small, tattered rug on the floor. You can see that it has been through... It's had a long life. The woman turns to all of you. I do apologize. I am Avani. And he, gesturing to the tall man, and as he steps, you see his form become taller and hairier. As he then walks through the doorway on the other side of the room, casting a hand to all of you. With the little subtlety that he has, is Rama, the youngest of us, and the most foolhardy.
I'm Arrow's Dazzlecraft.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Eros, and all the rest of you. Your conversation is not with me. I will take you to Korvala.
Either
And a
way.
big blue sigh.
Yep.
I'll follow.
Thank you,
This is
Ivane.
something.
So, she then leads you through the door that Rama had walked through. And there you see a kitchen area. And inside are 3 werejackals. They are in their hybrid form currently. Tall, lanky, and hairy. Their faces taking on a similar form between humanoid and canine.
How tall are they? Are they tall as me?
Yes.
Are they taller? Fuck. Kane is instantly suspicious of all of this. All of this.
One of them is chopping vegetables currently, sliding them into a large pot. You can hear that they were laughing about something before you had walked in, and they all 3 of them turn silently as you enter the room, and the Rama gestures to you all.
This is the ones that had approached us at the bookshop. All of you, this is Therian and Malisa.
They both regard you.
I like what you done with the face.
Excuse me if I'm very forward with this. What are you?
We are with jackals.
Huh.
The woman, Avani.
Yes, our hybrid form is more natural for us to be able to be around each other. I do not hope you mind. This is our home after all.
Not at all.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us in. You do as you please.
And she leads you through the kitchen area. The one who was called Marlisa, her hair from her head in long braids. She narrows her eyes at Temin and Kane as you walk by, almost squaring both of you up as you pass.
Hello, lady.
Hello.
I'm returning that energy. I'm returning that. I'm grilling.
Temin's like the
See
opposite.
that
He's just
you
like
do not
being kind.
see that you do not cause any trouble while you are here.
Oh, how would we cause trouble?
So she leads you through the kitchen area to a wide corridor, more than it is a hallway, but it is cluttered. There are 6 cots that line this corridor, and on one of them lies a sleeping body. She then stirs and sits up, regarding all of you with Rama. Rama ahead of you, and Avani behind. They hold their hands up.
They're here to see Corvala.
She casts a fearful look at all of you and gets up and walks through another doorway at the end of the corridor. You are led to your final destination. The door swings open, and inside you find a small room. There is a large wooden desk that takes up most of the space. On it are several writing utensils, and behind it sits Corvala. She closes a leather-bound journal and regards all of you. Behind her, a pair of ornate swords hang on the wall, crossing in an X. And in the corner of the western wall lies another cot. She does not stand from her desk, merely closes the journal and places both of her hands upon it. Thank you, Ravani. She gestures, and Avani closes the door behind all of you.
I see that you all are quite persistent.
As one should be when it comes to business.
She casts quick glances between all of you, looking first at your stature, then at your weapons.
And what is it you are here to accomplish?
I'll look to Kane.
What do you think?
Think if I open my mouth, I'm gonna hurt some feelings.
I thought we were here to bring her business with us into greater ventures, as you said, Eros.
But it seems if your company is not together in your business, then I do not know why it is you have come here.
Well, it seems that you have hurt a lot of people, unfortunately, along with essentially bankrupting myself.
I see that it is clear that you are aware of the Ging Watsons.
The booger books, yes.
Yes. Business is business.
It's only a matter of time before it all catches up with you. Before people find out that you're the source of their problems. And they send muscle after you.
By then we should be long gone from this city.
And yet here we are.
So have you come to extort me?
That's not really my style. I don't think it's your style, right? No. It's better that we found you rather than the city guard or anybody else. So all we're asking is that you burn all of the remaining booger books, stop making them, return the money to myself, and maybe a little extra on the side, with the original copies of the books as well.
Wait.
I
And
cannot do that.
Turn to Ko. Do you think Evan would be able to make good use of their ability to make these booger books?
Oh, he does like very interesting things. I don't know. King, you've known him longer than me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The tomes, the scrolls, whatever you're creating with these things, sure, I'd take one as a peace offering. If I could get in on it. I'm here, though, to make sure that your business never hurts people that I'm directly connected to again. So that's why I'm here. But you noted something and saying something about leaving. Where would you go? Where are you heading? Is it far enough away to make sure that one of those disgusting books don't end up in my friend's hands? Such as my friend Eros here, my friends back down in Waterdeep.
Yeah,
Because-
we're friends.
I don't think you can promise me that, can you?
She temples her hands and leans forward on the desk, resting her elbows.
I assure you, the selling of these false copies were not meant to cause any harm. I apologize if any of the Ging Watsons acted rashly. But our goal is not yet met, and we cannot leave until that is done.
Well, what's your goal?
Adventurers are a rough lot. And just like you, they think that they can do whatever they want. That they can cause change. We are a peaceful group. And our leader was a peaceful woman. Until we were attacked by adventurers. Nadalia was the sweetest of us. But now look at her. She's not here. And the only way we can bring her back is with a large, substantial amount of money and a very strong wizard. So until we have both of those things, we cannot leave.
Then perhaps there could be a peace offering. I look to Phoebe and I just give like a thumbs up. If you go to work for this man named Evan, who is a great wizard, and make up for your misdemeanor, then perhaps he can help you with your friend and offer a place of protection for those of you that are well versed in magics.
These lands are not welcoming to our people. We wish to return home.
So I'm gonna put my hand on the desk and just say, so what you're telling me is the money that you are gathering by scamming our clients here, you will stop this once you've met that goal so that you can go home.
That is correct.
I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. When you say bring back, what do you mean?
Gandalia is nothing but a heart now. But that is all we need to bring a Lamia back to life. Well, that and a flawless diamond. Which is precisely why we need the money.
Let me start by saying I'm sorry about your friend. But I'm not an adventurer. I'm a merchant. You ripped me off. I barely have a gold coin to my name, and now my business is probably gonna go under.
Yeah, I'm all for your cause and the idea of wanting to go home and, you know, be at one with your people. I feel for you. But as Eros mentioned, you kind of ruined his life. And you say you didn't seek to do harm, but you have, in fact, put his life in danger since he has no money and he, like he said, is not an adventurer. So, the offer that Temin mentioned might be the most peaceful solution.
Well, I reckon, if thinking about Evan and what he brags about and great feats that he's done and blah, 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 even in the brothel, like if his voice carries, is there anything
Oh,
even
it carries
similar?
in the brothel.
Is there anything that he might brag about that I can go in my head for certain, or 80% or 50%, maybe Evan would be able to help them?
Yeah, probably. But that's not the question here.
No.
Could he? Yes. But as the one in this party who knows him the most, you already know what the second question is.
Oh, I know. And now I'm in a dilemma because what gets Kane more money or what morally helps? Kane, stupid conscience.
You said your friend was nice, right? Do you think she'd want you ruining people's lives in order to bring her back?
I apologize. It is not our intention to cause harm to people. It should have been a perfectly fine copy of the book. You should have been able to read it and enjoy it. But sometimes the Gingwatsums are volatile, and that is part of the risk. It is not something that I am happy about, but we cannot give you any of your money back. Our quest is too important. And the longer we stay here, the more of these books will be out there, and that is not what you want, yes?
Your quest is important to you, but my life and my quest is important to me. This seems like very noble of you, and I'm sure you're a very good friend, but there's gotta be another way around this, especially now that we're bringing it to your attention that things are happening and your books are acting on their own accord.
Roll me a persuasion arrows.
Can I guide him?
Sure.
Guidance.
What is it, a D4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a 21.
Natalia. Alright. I will give you your coin back. So long as it I am sorry. She
It was a
then
good hustle.
she then produces 2 platinum pieces and hands them over to you. Is that? What's the platinum?
I think it's
10
10 platinum. Or 1
yeah.
platinum is 10 gold.
And gold.
10 gold.
So that'd be 20.
Jesus. 20 platinum.
There we go.
She puts it in a cinch bag and puts it on the table. That is all that I can do for you.
I'll
How much is the diamond that you need?
The one here in the wide, so long as it does not sell first, is 1,000 gold.
Ooh, that's a lot of gold.
And
Thus the dilemma.
minus what you've returned to Arrows, how much have you acquired thus far?
250.
That is quite the dilemma.
Yes, we were quite excited about being halfway.
I think I might have an idea. See, you might be going around this all wrong and throwing a wide net or casting a wide net, when instead, all you need to do is sell 1 Gene Watson to someone for a large price instead of many Gene Watsons to a much smaller price. If you can get one person to buy one of these things, then you won't have to make them anymore in order to sell them, and you'll have enough for the diamond.
The problem is I need said item, for the king wants him to fully be able to comprehend it and to take on its shape
So that is a problem.
unnoticeably. This is why I use the books, because they are quite rare tomes and they are quite valuable.
What if you just sold the tomes?
There are quite prized possessions, and we want to keep them.
But you also wouldn't be continuously replicating them either if you sold the originals, would you?
Correct.
Why not just take the diamond?
You just take it. And say we get caught stealing. Then what? We all die?
As risky as it sounds, it's also risky to be doing what you're doing.
Yes, because there's still a very good chance that you may die.
Let me put it to you this way. With your books, you affect many lives beyond the initial buyer. Whereas if you stole the diamond, the only lives that you really affect are yours. Isn't that a nobler solution?
And then when you steal the diamond, years later you can come back when you have the money to pay for it. And then you give it back to the shopkeeper, and they are forgiving and happy that you managed to return the money to them.
Oh, you sell it in a different place.
I wish only to have peace for my people. I wish not to bring harm upon them by stealing something. Though, of course, I did not anticipate this situation. And I have already given you your coin back. There is nothing more I can do to help you.
No. It's fine and dandy that you gave him his coin back. However, my deal is not cleared up. You see, I was sent here for a very certain reason that still has not been fixed. They're promised. But though I do see an end to it, I don't see an end very quickly. And I don't have a guaranteed end. So I see, while I was having tea earlier today, I noticed that your books don't sell very quickly. And yes, there are a couple of them that have made it down to Waterdeep. And unfortunately, I'm here now in front of you talking about this situation, which is a very long way for me, Phoebe, right? Phoebe.
It is,
Okay.
yeah, it is.
So what I'm gonna say here is I understand. And I'm not gonna go say, steal a diamond. I get it. I need coin too. I need a lot of coin. I'm here for coin. But I'm not gonna take yours. I feel for you. But maybe, with what I'm hearing you say, there's gotta be some sort of way out of this, right? You're making these weird little things. Why not sell them for what they are? Other people aren't making them. Maybe can't make them. And people are weird. They like weird things. Maybe you sell completely normal items with these weird Grimlockins in as a mystery surprise. I met a lot of types of people. Passerbyers might be interested. And weird town folk might be interested. And it's better. It's honest. And your books aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. So maybe it's a thought that it could be had.
It is an idea,
Um,
but I have one as well. How about you buy the books, the originals? I cannot make copies of what I do not have, and with that I will have the money to do what I need to do, and we can all leave.
And how do you make these books? Do you have a scroll, a tome, a spell book?
I cannot speak on how I make them.
I want it.
250 gold, and it is yours.
Kane, I'm willing to give you what I have if it helps.
I was already interested in purchasing the originals in order to sell. If you're thinking about selling it to Evan,
If you want to buy the originals, so you can give those to Evan, that's more than fine with me. But I want that tome. I want how you make them.
250 gold.
I have no gold. Here's the thing. You seem like honest were-jackals, right? Why can't that be your promise to me that this will stop?
If I sell you the book, then what makes you think I cannot keep creating them?
look at you.
I guess I'll just have to take your word for it and the good notion of you giving it to me.
I will not give it to you, but I will sell it to you.
I don't have gold.
200 20 platinum. That's all I got.
She's gonna go through her bag.
as everybody starts bidding and starts looking for shit, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts on
Hey.
on this woman.
She saved.
She saved, but her surface level thoughts.
Yes, surface
Can-
level is there.
So, she saved with a 17. And her surface level thoughts. Her mind is racing right now. She's trying to find any way she can to, one, get you guys out of here, and two, to get the money she needs. She is constantly thinking about the safety of the Amberdune Pack and bringing Nadalia back. And she is a little nervous about letting any of the original copies go, because she feels that if any bumps in the road occur, she's not going to be able to replace that money.
Kane, do you really need to have it?
I don't think, and I'm just gonna keep my eyes on her, that I can walk out of here with just a promise that it'll stop.
All right. I'm gonna walk past Kane and towards the woman. I forget her name. What is her name?
Corvala.
Corvala. There we go. Walk towards Corvala, and I'm gonna start opening my coin pouch. 250 was it?
Her amber eyes staring back at Kane's cool blue. She doesn't look away and responds, "Yes."
I'm going to dump. She has a desk, right? I'm gonna walk over to all the way to the desk, and I'm gonna dump out 200 gold and 5 platinum pieces.
She looks down at the pile of coin and smiles. "Thank you."
I can't watch this.
If you're willing to sell one of the other books for 20 platinum, you can have the platinum back. Assuming it's not a booger book.
I assure you.
That's actually a very good point.
This
I
would
want
bring
you-
us to 700 gold. Much closer to our goal.
Before
Why is
we
it-
finalize this, though, you will have to open up the tomes just to make sure.
Well, I could probably check if they're transmuted or not.
Thank you, Eros. You're a good one.
She stands up at her desk. Then we have a transaction. She motions for the pouch of platinum back.
I will hand it over.
Right. She slides all of it into a drawer and closes it, locking it with a key. "Follow me." She leads you through a door on the other side of the room, not the one you had entered. Nope, sorry, rewind. She pushes her chair to the side and pulls up a trap door behind her desk. "I will be right back." And you hear her walk down steps.
Mentally, telepathically, I'm going to say to Kane, if at any point you feel that we have been betrayed, then we will come back for all of this.
Can I roll an insight? I'm not good at insight. Can I roll an insight check to see if she's just leaving?
You fucking god.
I mean,
Audi.
she has our platinum and gold.
No, she
But you
put it in a drawer.
Oh,
Put it in the
okay.
drawer.
Sleight of hand.
Oh my god.
It looked like a
imagine
drawer,
sound
but it
of
was really
jingling?
her boot.
Right? The
All
drawer
that
just had
gold.
no bottom into it and just
Bag of holding.
Oh god. Yeah, roll me insight. I don't know what that was I just did, but
13.
I mean, you can't imagine where she'd be going other than a basement, but looking at this place from the outside, you don't know how it has a basement. Then your mind starts racing with these questions, but at the bottom line, you don't feel in your gut that she's running away right now.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
And before you all stand there for too long and begin to wonder, you hear footsteps coming back up the stairs.
Before that,
Even before that.
how big is the room? I don't know if my hand's still up, but it's still up.
It's only like, it's only like 20 square feet? No, not 20. No way. That's not 20 square feet. 9.
Great. Just because Phoebe's like, well, over all of this weird shenanigan, undercut, passive aggressive bullshit. She's just gonna cast Zone of Truth on the entire room.
You got a bunch of liars
So,
in this room, Phoebe.
When she comes back up, I don't know if she's gonna know, but she wasn't in the room when it was cast, but she's gonna be coming back into it whether she knows it or not. So
That's
So much
pretty clever.
deception.
Zone of truth.
You know, you could have did that before I gave her all that money.
I could have, but I didn't want to raise red flags.
And we could have just asked her where the fucking thing was.
It's
or
been
how
in
she
my
was
mind, Dante.
making
Don't
it.
at me.
Phoebe be like, "Oh yeah, I have an idea." Where is
Well, she
zone
doesn't
of
have
truth?
to answer the question.
So you said the room is like.
Unless I commanded
No, no,
you.
no. Where's it on your sheet?
Oh, it's at the bottom of my second levels.
Yeah, he'd be out here casting level twos.
It's under warding bond.
I'm watching you.
Ah.
Guys, it's deception, 15
Face.
foot, sphere, yeah. Okay. Alright. That's good. Okay.
Do we have to make wisdom saving throws or something?
I mean, it does say creature,
Okay. I'm gonna make my wisdom saving
and it's
throw.
a charisma saving throw.
Oh, charisma. Well, I get advantage regardless. So
For everybody
17.
inside the zone of truth.
You have to beat 14.
Haha, it doesn't affect me.
Well, I got a 20.
Not that I'm much of a liar.
I'll roll.
All right.
God, Phoebe.
I wasn't planning on lying anyways.
I got a 4.
Okay.
I don't think Phoebe
If
can
you
really.
fail, other than
can't
Phoebe
lie.
because she's the caster, but yeah, you can't deliberately lie. You can unknowingly lie, and you can also be evasive in your answers. This is important.
Well, I succeeded. With
Wonderful.
a 20.
All right. She comes back up the steps. You hear her, and she pauses. You hear the footsteps stop. Roughly about where you would imagine Zone of Truth begins. And then you hear the steps continue up the step. Her steps continue up into the room. And she holds a chest in her hands. And she puts it down on the desk. And unlocks the padlock in the front. And opens the top. Inside are 6 tomes. Tomes whose names I don't even need to tell you. She holds up Castanamir's Guide to Ging Watsums.
She's coming back, she's coming back, oh, she's coming back, she's coming back. She's gonna sit right in that chair. Don't know what she's doing. She's gonna sit in the
I
chair.
guess she's not sitting in that chair.
Cause she went
Sure,
away
make a
for a
fun-
little bit. She's gonna sit in the chair. Dun dun dun. She's still not in the chair, not in the chair.
Oh my god.
Not in
It's
the
because
chair.
you had Song predicted it.
There we go.
But now she's back and she's in the chair.
So, she comes up the stairs and stops, and then continues coming up the stairs, puts down a large chest, and opens the padlock on it. Oh my god, Allie. She then swings open the chest and reveals 6 books, and picks up Castanamir's Guide to Ging Watsums, and hands it out to you, Kane. Your tome.
I am going before she hands the other book to me. I'm gonna.
You
cast,
may make your pick.
I'll go for the same one that I had before. What was it?
Masfrost's
Frost.
Yeah.
Mighty Digressions.
Yes. That'd be the one.
Man, I'm gonna have these books memorized.
Right.
What are you casting?
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic. I'm not trying to make it secretive or anything. I'm just
Yeah, yeah.
While
And-
he's doing that,
look over both of them.
I'm gonna look up at her two swords up on the wall
Yeah.
and ask her a question. Do those two swords have a story behind them?
They are symbols of our home. When you cast Detect Magic, Eros, the books are fine. But there are several things in this room that are magical. Two of which being the swords on the wall. Both of them have the transmogrification school of magic.
Did you just make that word up?
Transmogrification? Maybe?
Are those also? I guess they wouldn't be booger. plants.
Transmutation is the D&D word for it. But, you know,
Yeah, they're both synonymous.
potato, potato.
Or sorry, booger swords, I guess.
Yes, you keep calling them that. But they're Ging Watsons.
It just rolls off a lot of marketing. I know a lot of marketing, so like having things roll off the tongue sells it better, and it's a knack.
I do not
have.
think anybody would be interested in a booger sword.
You'd be surprised.
Do make your pick.
And I'll grab the same book.
Okay. She then closes the heavy lid back on and latches the padlock, locking it again.
You're close. You're 300 gold away. Honestly, if I had the gold on me, I would buy another book and call the rest even. But I am flat broke.
That is unfortunate for us.
I do have a question. You did mention needing a wizard to, I'm assuming cast the spell or perform the ritual for your friend.
Yes.
Have you found one yet?
No. But we can stop selling these books and start searching.
Well,
When we
I'm-
have the rest of the money, of course.
I'm a healer of sorts and a scholar of sorts, and I always have my eye on some sort of written word or tome, so if you were to give me some time, I might figure out how to help you.
If you have any information, we would appreciate it. Thank you.
What if you're just willing to let go another book? With no money exchanged until later.
Until later.
Until some travel. Eros has to go back and straighten out the deal that you fucked him over with. So if you give him a book that can make that extra money for you,
Oh yeah.
he can collect the money from his dealer and bring it back.
That would work, yeah.
I have no guarantee that you'll return with the money.
And I have
Oh,
no
no.
guarantee that you won't make these books anymore, but here we are.
I'd like to consider myself to be pretty honorable.
Eros travels between towns. He's a merchant. This is what he does. Like he told you, he's not an adventurer, unlike me who butchered your friend.
And I don't really think anyone's in a position to lie right now.
More than anything, if I
I-
may, we're going through all this trouble to come to a peaceful resolution, not just to rectify what happened with Eros and Kane's situation, but also to help you reach your goal for your people. Why exactly would we go this far if we intended to fuck you over?
Bled the pockets dry in this room.
You
I'm
could always
pulling off-
come with.
That is also true. You could send one of your companions or you could come yourself.
I understand you don't really know me, so you can't trust me entirely, but if you send one of your men or women with me to make sure I don't just pocket the cash and leave, then I'd be okay with that, because I do not intend on doing that anyways.
One of
Also,
you-
maybe somebody to travel back with him, because I don't want to come back here. And the only way I'm coming back is if I'm going to be dealing with this in a non-peaceful manner.
One of you make me a persuasion roll with advantage. I don't care.
I'll do it.
Can I guide him?
No.
Damn
No,
it.
no guidance necessary.
Can I pull off my great sword off my back?
Okay.
So, Ko has a thing called Silver Tongue. And when I roll lower than a 9, I get to treat it as if I rolled a 10 and then add my bonus to it.
Okay.
So, yeah, I rolled a 2. So that we're going to call
Roll
that a
with
10. We're going to call that a 10 plus my 7 persuasion is 17.
You have a
Okay.
+7 in
Bards, man.
His
Damn.
character is built all around talking. So Temin, you take off your greatsword.
Yes, and I'm going to reach into my side and pull out my 10 of platinum and put it on the table. I'm going to take a knee and then hold out my great sword in front of her. I understand your loss. This great sword belonged to the person closest to me in exchange for a promise and the tome and this sword that you may hold on to. We will bring back the money for the tome. And you may hold on to this for the time being.
collateral.
That is quite the gesture, warrior.
It is my last memento of my commander. And I bow my head.
The words of all of you are quite persuasive. Her eyes linger on Ko. Stand, warrior.
I get up.
All right. I am going to send Inbar with you. And you will take one of these tomes. And Inbar and Eros are going to return with our money. So that we may be rid of this place. But you have only 1 month to do this, or we will be forced to continue to make these King Watsons.
Sounds okay to me.
Okay.
King, are you good with that?
I'm gonna put my hand out to shake her hand.
She reaches her hand out and takes yours. You're not expecting a firm grip, and she gives you one.
All right, good, because I'm giving her a firm grip back.
She squeezes
bitch.
harder.
Oh, now they're just gripping each
now
other.
there's just arm wrestling.
God, I am a child.
They clear off the table. Just let's go.
Crack the table in half.
Call that aggressive hand hugging.
Yeah. Anyways, firm handshake from Corvala. Her amber eyes staring into yours, Kane.
I find you all to be quite peculiar. I have not met anyone in this city or in these lands to be as strangely oriented as yourselves. Everyone is so focused on killing and taking and getting money, but here you are, looking to
give it
get me
time.
to stop making King Watsons because this one is broke now.
He's our friend.
And also other people are probably getting broke too.
Eh. I
Oh,
suppose there is something to learn from all of you in your non-violent approach.
I don't think there's a violent bone in any of our bodies.
She,
Amanda was not ready for
Yeah.
that.
yeah. No, not even need to say
We're gonna go
anything.
off that. We're gonna go off that. Yeah.
No. Phoebe?
If you see somehow a very attractive but scary tiefling lady in armor, I think she was in armor, I don't really remember, but she bought one of your books and then it turned into a Kamwatsum, so it did the same thing. So if you see her, try to steer clear because she's pretty angry too and she might want her money back, but I know you have your whole goal going on, so just if you see her, close up shop, call it a day, and just, you know, hang low, or yeah.
I will see which of our pack members sold to a large armor-wearing tiefling woman. Thank you for the heads up.
Mm-hmm.
She still looks at all of you as if trying to really uncover your goals here, but shrugs it off. Well, I cannot wait to see you. She looks at Eros. And thank you all for not... I have some stories to tell Nadalia. She then walks through all of you and opens the door. And connects you with Inbar, who is wearing round spectacles, even in his hybrid form, tall and hairy and lanky. And he reads a book, sitting in one of the chairs in the first room you had entered with the 7 chairs. He's a little confused at first, and then, if it is what Korvala wants, then it is what I do. I will accompany you. Our companions just picked up Inbar, one of the jackal wares. He
A jackal was.
is
The
pretty
were-
cool.
The were jackal? Jackal were?
In bars.
I
with
heard it
us.
too.
Yeah. So does he
In bar
transform
the weird jackal.
the opposite way?
And he accompanies you back home to Waterdeep, where Eros is going to get the money for the book and then take it back to Baldur's Gate. But before we get back into Waterdeep proper, your journey is a 6-day long one, and I'm certain that there is conversation that you would like to have with Inabar.
Yes.
So what's
I
the
would
king
like
and
to ask
jackal
him.
Person?
That's not what I want to ask
You
him.
have
That's
to
all
watch out
Eros.
for the mange.
Oh yes.
Yes, Co.
I'd question him about his people's position, because obviously I have a situation with my people, which is why Ko was, intent on helping them as much as he could.
You're
So-
asking about his people?
Yeah, like what brought them to the current position that they're in? Why are they living their current lives, chasing after this diamond or this gem, etc.?
Because Nadalia was the best of us.
Please tell us more about this Nadalia.
Explain. One's community doesn't just sort of collapse due to the loss of one person.
You think we have collapsed?
Apologies if I've misspoken.
We are merely working to bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
They've just downsized, it seems. I did the same thing when my father gave me the business and I lost the horses and the cart and the shop. And, well, it's just the decision to downsize everything to be more economical.
That corporate downsizing, I understand. Yes, yes. They do that too in Eberron. But yes. What exactly happened? Like,
She was killed.
why? And you blame adventurers, correct?
I only blame them because it was them. Adventurers had come in seeking bounty on the Lamia's head.
A bounty set by whom?
Could have been anyone. Lamias, if you are not familiar, are not typically benevolent beings. Nadalia was an exception. She led us all by example. Any kindness we have is a reflection of her.
She seems like a wonderful person.
She was, is, will be.
And instead of just allowing her to, pass on, why was the option or the alternative to resurrect her? Like, obviously,
She is
she's
our
very
leader.
important.
She
Well-
did not deserve the fate that was given to her.
Many do not deserve the fates that are given to them.
And yet, if it is in your hands in order to change that, wouldn't you seek it?
I would seek vengeance.
Okay, well,
We are not fighters.
I see.
We seek a more peaceful path. And even as Corvala, as our current leader, she continues to uphold the teachings of Nandalia. Though she is not as... He looks around, though you're on the road to Waterdeep right now. No one's around to hear you. She is not as warm as Nandalia was.
That's what I was getting to. Why Nadalia specifically? And yes, you're right. If I did have the power to change the fate of my people one way or another, I would indeed put forth the effort at least.
Then you know where we are.
Why not seek justice? I know Ko seeks justice for his people.
Well,
Many things, but that is correct.
you know what it is that we are. And there are many that can see what we are, even when I am looking as I am now. And he is in his human form. If we were to seek vengeance on adventurers, even on the outskirts of a town, we would be hunted down and killed as monsters, as beasts, creatures to be slain for gold. We are people. We are doing our best.
who's to say that whoever put this bounty on her head isn't just gonna do it again when they find out she's alive?
We are not returning to where we were. And that was a long way from here.
Well, smart. I would probably avoid a place where a loved one was killed as well, if it means that they might get resurrected to be killed again.
Yes. And the only reason why I do not hesitate to tell you any of this is because we are going to be far away from all of you. So the likelihood of us being seen again is not likely.
Smart. To avoid being around the people who almost ruined you and prevented you from returning the person that you love, care for the most, and being gone.
Is there anything else you would like to talk about?
What's your
I think it's
favorite
admirable.
color?
It is.
Once
Actually,
Nadelia is returned, you get the closure you need. Who needs to seek justice when that's all the justice you wanted? Not every creature likes to rule with an iron fist, though it does feel good sometimes. Different hearts need different closure. Right? Right.
But if there are others that discriminate against them, like the goblins and kobolds have been, would there not be people that would seek to kill them again?
Unfortunately, no matter where you go, we can always do our best to encourage people to make better decisions and have more positive outlooks towards those that were around or aren't around as much, but those negative views will sometimes stick around, and there's not a lot you can do about it, and violence only breeds more violence, so I think they're making the right call.
You hold more wisdom than you seem. And yes, I appreciate one such as you. He looks over at Kane. One clearly adept in martial fighting. And then back over at Temen. We only want her back.
I do have a question, though. While Phoebe is... Co's gonna kind of look down at her and Paul. While she's correct in terms of peaceful solutions, what happens when you find yourself no longer capable of running?
These are not questions for me. These are questions for our leader.
So you would put your lives completely in the hands of your leader and your leader alone.
If you were to fight so hard to bring back somebody who had perished, would they not be the same person that you would trust your life to?
Listen, all I'm asking is, if push came to shove, would you and your people rise to defend themselves?
We are not defenseless. We do not seek fights.
Might have thought of something. I don't know if your leader would be interested. Seeing that when she gets resurrected, I might be around and perhaps could pitch it to her myself. But I'm always looking for more people to expand upon my business. And you yourself said that you don't really have a home just yet. Merchants don't really have homes. We go from town to town. You all have proven yourself to be very savvy when it comes to selling wares, and on top of that, being not in one spot for very long means that you avoid people possibly getting angry at your existence. So maybe a merchant's life is the correct route to take.
That could be possible. My brother is charismatic. Not like me.
I don't mind providing my services to teach you everything that I've been taught throughout my life, and perhaps giving pointers and tips. Plus, it would be good to have a group of people to trust who are also within a merchant's sort of life, so we could pass on information and be able to prosper better together.
Friends make us stronger.
The gnomish one wants to join the jackalwares.
I have nowhere else to be.
You really are an interesting lot. And you continue the rest of your travel to Waterdeep.
Before we get there, can I have a conversation with Co in private?
Sure. One of the nights you take camp, maybe the last night, maybe that night, you and Co separate to discuss.
I'm just going to take out the book and give Co the book that he paid for.
Kane, what are you doing?
I want you to give it to Evan,
Why?
because Evan will reward you for it.
But you needed the book. Evan's done plenty for me already.
So I've known Evan for a long time. Why not a little more favor in your end? Take it. Take advantage of it. Give Evan the book.
Kane, if you were the one who gave Evan this book, what would you do? Or how exactly would you be rewarded?
I would get the gold that I'm paid for either way. He hired me for a job and I did the job. You don't need to worry about any sort of payment. Give him the book.
If you insist, I'll take it. But now that we're over here, let me just be very, very transparent. What transpired between me and Evan was more than enough, it seemed, on his part, to start some sort of relationship. And I don't think I really need to push for it anything more just yet. So if you in any way need this book, payment or not, to pursue anything, you better not give this to me.
I'm gonna give him the book and I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and then walk away.
Fucking leader. I'll take it. I kind of just like look it over.
Castanomir's Guide to Ging Watsums lays in your hands.
I think I'll skim through it a little bit as I'm just kind of like casually strolling back behind Kane. Like, you fucking defeated me this time.
You won this battle, but not the war.
Yes.
You flip through it, and I mean, you have a good knowledge of magic. You wouldn't call yourself maybe an adept spellcaster. A lot of the concepts, you grasp the idea. But as you're looking through it, not only is some of the verbiage out of your realm, but some of it is quite literally not of your realm. There's references to things in here that you don't quite understand.
I'm not from here.
In the back of your mind, you get the idea that perhaps if you showed somebody here a blueprint of something that exists in Eberron, they wouldn't understand it either.
Well, it is what it is. I'll like close it and shove it into my satchel.
All right.
This fucking guy.
Anything else before we conclude our travel?
I think I'll kind of catch up to Kane and kind of just like, when we get back, we've got a lot to discuss, actually. And then I'll just continue in silence.
I'm just nod.
After the previous conversation from the day before or whatever it was, Temun's just going to be like contemplatively quiet the rest of the trip.
Some introspective. Well, the end of your 6-day journey. You arrive at the outside gates of Waterdeep, head back in through the town, and towards the Owl's Eye Tower. Standing outside is a familiar face, a large tome in his hands. He half regards you before looking back down, and then back up. Welcome back. +1.
Hi, Jeremiah.
You know the drill, so
He holds his hand out expectantly.
I give him a high five.
Yes, enjoyable as that is, I need the slip, please.
Did he give that to all of us? Or does one person have it specific?
One of you has it. Well, we'll just say Kane has it.
I'll
Big
just give him
Blue,
the slip.
our leader.
All right.
I'll just give him the slip.
So your leader hands the hands the entry ticket to the once nameless peon, now just Jeremiah, the peon. All right. You re-enter into the Owl's Eye, and things are in a much better space and sort than when you had left it. Papers aren't everywhere, books are restacked neatly, and it's as if no booger book had caused any issue here. The acolytes regard you as you walk in. One of them, "Welcome to the Owl's Eye. You lot, Kane, welcome." Kane, before you stands an elderly acolyte, his robes denoting his status here at the Owl's Eye with the golden hem. You don't remember his name, but you know his face. Here to see Evan again?
I'm just gonna nod.
Yes. He then reaches over and you see his hand make the gesture to open a door, but it's just open space there. And then he pulls open that space, and there you see a doorway.
So damn fancy and flashy.
Yes, I still have a few tricks up my sleeves.
Oh God, teleportation again.
Not quite. This is more of a portal.
I'm gonna look at Ko. You afraid you're gonna get sick again?
He leans down to Phoebe. Here in the Owl's Eye, we play by our own rules. And then he winks at you.
Ooh, own rules.
And then
Grandpa.
he produces a small lolly and hands it to you.
So much.
Perfect grandfather.
Right?
Would you
Werther's
also
original.
like one, small boy? He readjusts his glasses and hands one out to Eros.
Yes.
Yes. yes. He smiles
candy,
and
I'm not gonna
nods.
say
Yes, yes.
God. All right. I think I'm ready. Coach has been like prepping himself, breathing.
You gotta roleplay those pops, by the way. So you walk through the doorway. Ko, you brace yourself before expecting the sudden lurch, but it's as if you just walked through a door.
He kind of looks side to side. It's like, I'm good. I'm good.
The door then swings closed behind you, and you all stand within Evan's study. It is not quite as neat as you had last left it. And you see Evan there, in his robe, a stubble on his cheek. He looks at all of you, a few bottles lay around him. Oh, Kane, welcome back, my friend.
I'm walking up to him. Hard at work, Evan AC.
Oh, yes, I have many a curious volume to toil over today.
Good. Well, you're gonna love the fact your book deal's done. Now I need my 250 and I'll be gone.
Book deal?
Yeah, those exploding books that just made a mess of your hall downstairs, they're done. They're not coming back.
Oh, yes, the Giggle-Watsies. Yeah. That's good, man. That's good.
All right, good. So, my payment is due now, and now you have some business transactions. So you better sober up pretty quick. Yeah, you got some books here.
Books? Oh, you Kane, you always bring me the best tomes. He then hands out a pouch of 250.
Is there a glass of wine or drinks on his desk?
Yep.
I'm gonna purposefully but accidentally try and tip them off the desk so he can't sip on them while he talks to these guys. And take my gold, of course.
Okay. He does not notice.
Okay, good.
Oh, yes, you have books for me. Okay. What have we got?
I'm just gonna step in the back and let the rest of the party move forward.
I'm gonna go step back with Kane.
Oh yeah, she doesn't like Evan, does she?
Who's got the fucking book? Come on.
I got the fucking book.
Great, Eros. Great. This one's not gonna fucking go cuckoo on me, is it?
This one's not gonna go cuckoo on you and turn into a booger. Here you are.
Good, good,
The
good.
one we agreed on.
He grabs it from you and then licks his finger and places it on it, and you see again a splash of letters before they fade away. Oh, very good. Very, very good. Oh. That is... Sure. I don't know if I need to be more drunk or sober to read that one. You then see him, like, toss it over his shoulder, and then it rotates and then gently glides into a spot on the shelf. Oh, yes, that is a great volume, friend. Here. He then reaches into his robe, much as he did for Kane, and then pulls out a pouch. You'll find 250. Is that good for you? Yeah, of course it is.
Perfect. Okay.
What have you got?
We should probably explain. So, the tomes where I bought this from, they have other ones, and they're looking to sell this one, hopefully for 300.
Which,
And,
this one?
and I'll show the other one that we brought, right?
He grabs it from you. Castanomir's Guide to Gang Watsums. Ah.
No, that's my book.
That's Ko's book.
That's my book.
That's the one that he gave, because he has two books. Hunter has two books. He bought one, and then he was given one for free to return money with.
Yeah.
He takes the book from you.
This dude drunk as hell.
He was seeing what he wanted to see there.
Hey,
He's holding the book and reading the book that he has in his hand.
Yeah. Cole's got it in his hand. He's like, yeah, but we're not on mine yet.
Yeah. Sorry. I have a description, but I guess that was just imaginary. Fine, he takes the book from you. Oh, Fallen Tethymar. No. Tethymar. Can't say I recall the name. Good. That means it'll probably be interesting or shit. He licks it and puts his finger on it. Same thing. 300 they want for this. Okay. He reaches in and he hands you the pouch.
And I'll hand the pouch over to our jackal friend.
You see his eyes clear up for a moment as he looks at him. You're a new one. You weren't with them.
He's going to be a future business partner. Well, him and his group is. For me as well.
Inbar does not say a word. Okay. Is that it? Is that all the transacting we have?
I'll take a step back.
No. Evan, I have one last book. Do you mind? And I'll like gesture at some of the drinks that Kane did not spill. Hopefully, there's something left in this room.
So you gesture at the spilled glass?
do you mind?
He then flicks his fingers and you see the glass tip up and the wine, like, pull out of the parchment it had spilled on.
Extract.
Yeah.
I'll hand
I
him
was
the book and I'll go
drinking
grab it.
that, and then it levitates over to his hand. Yeah, you help yourself, Ko.
Thank you. That is how they're making the Gingwats.
Castanamir's Guide to Gingwatsums. That's what they were called. That's it. Well, shit, Ko. Oh.
Don't thank me. It was a group effort. Our leader is the one.
Shh. You seem the type that takes a compliment, dude. Don't fucking.
I'll just like shut up and just go grab the drink.
He flips through it a little bit, and you see him kind of muttering to himself. Oh, yeah. He seems to get a little lost in it. He talks about different ideas that he has for these Gingwatsums. And then he closes the book. Kane, you wonderful man. Oh, you dragon man. You always bring me the best things. Ko,
I'll raise a glass.
how did you get that?
After lengthy discussion with the leader of his people, the current leader, we were able to come to terms, and we secured that book among the others.
All right. Well, that was boring. Thank you. Here. This is going to be very useful to me, so I suppose... He holds out a pouch and then retracts it back, gesturing his hand and dropping a few platinum into it. 35 platinum? Will that do? There you go. Take it.
Why, thank you. Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep, you're welcome. How much did I just give you? Almost a sobering look come upon his face.
You gave me enough.
Good.
Enough for the job.
I've got a lot to do. Ko, I have not gotten to your blood yet. I will, but I have not yet. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'm occupied.
Good. See to it you stay that way. I think that wraps it up for us. Do you have anything else for me? I got nothing for
I
you.
don't think so. Let's go, guys.
Sounds great. And he snaps his fingers, and you all.
Code like in the middle of one glass. Shit. We were supposed to have drinks with King at the brothel. Well,
Maybe another time.
another time.
You all stand outside the Owl's Eye. And this time it is Inbar's turn to vomit.
Oh,
no. Teleportation is not something that I had ever thought I would do in my lifetime.
Phoebe just pats him on the back.
I think Cole's kind of like swaying a little bit.
It's okay.
Don't worry, you eventually get used to it. As he's like seeing double a little bit.
He takes a breath and
Nadalia, it was all for her. And now you have your money.
he holds the pouch in his hands. Yes, this is a wonderful gift that you have given us.
Well, it was nice to meet you. It is time for me to go. Have fun, everybody. Eros, brilliant guy. I'll see you all around. And he's just gonna turn toe and head the fuck out of that. No way.
Wait. It might be a little while till I get to see you all again. I just want to say that I really am glad I got to meet all of you. I'm gonna miss you, okay? So,
Well, we're gonna miss you, and Phoebe's gonna give him a hug.
I'm looking for Ko and Temin. Like, no, not everybody, right? Ko, Temin, help me out here, man.
I don't even know you. Like, you traveled 6 days with my companions while I was getting fucked up elsewhere.
I'm just gonna kind of, look at Eros and be like, yeah. I mean, it was great. I've traveled with worse companions, and let me tell you, I have a weird way of bumping into the same people over and over. So,
well, I can only hope.
Inbar steels himself. I am sorry that I showed such emotion.
That's okay. Emotions are good.
Yes.
They are. I mean, Phoebe tells me that Kate is a really big softie.
no, I'm leaving. I'm literally leaving. I'm done now. I tapped out.
You turn back to Kane. He was
Everybody,
standing right next to you, and now he's halfway across the courtyard. I'm
He
leaving.
He probably doesn't want us to see him cry.
Oh, damn it.
No,
Uh,
that's exactly what it is. I'm glad I didn't have to explain that.
I wish the two of you luck
Thank you.
and great fortune in your
And
endeavors.
Although I don't know what's happening with your family and stuff, I wish you luck with that as well.
Thank you. I feel good about things. Or at least better than I was feeling when I first arrived. So, progress.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, best friends.
For now, why don't
Now.
we not call it goodbye? Maybe we can call it see you later.
Okay, I like that. And I'll be traveling from city to city, so if you hear of me being in the city, be sure to look for me.
Yeah, we'll grab more hot drinks.
Yes. That'd be
And
great.
feel free to send us a message anytime. You seem like a pretty capable guy with your spell book, so.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, if you ever do.
If I ever do, I certainly will. But at the moment, I don't.
That's okay. I don't either.
Okay. Well then.
As they're going back and forth, I'm just gonna walk and follow Kate. Yeah, goodbye.
This is just wholesome ping pong.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, you're great. No, you're great.
No, you're great. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about how great you were.
Girl, stop.
So, with our companions finishing another quest and bringing down a peaceful resolution, Inbar and Eros travel together back to Baldur's Gate. A brighter future for both of them, as well as the other Amberdune Pack Jackal-wares. As for the other four of our companions, well, their story is only just beginning. And that is the end of this episode of Fancie's Fables.
Hey.
Hey.
Goodbye, friend.
Good.
Hey.
Yeah, right.
Thank
Bye,
you.
buddy. Hope you find your dad.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming in. Again, thank you for all the support in today's stream with those gift subs and those hosts and that raid. You guys are fucking awesome, and we appreciate the support so very much. I have been your host and dungeon master, Lord Fancie, and I was accompanied by our wonderful players who are also Twitch streamers.
I'm not.
Well, I mean, maybe in a blue moon you can see Kelp playing Smite or something. But yes, go follow all of them. Their tags are below their... Sorry, you're all this way. Go follow all of them. Their tags are below them. They do wonderful, wonderful stuff. Bullet, Art is My Voice, and Adufrain do art. Hunter, you don't do art on stream, do you?
Every now and then, kind of.
Variety, art and games, and Kelp
variety.
games. Yes, so every Wednesday we are here and we do this. If you have missed anything and you have no idea what the hell is going on, well, you're in luck. Because we have a YouTube with all of our past episodes on it, where you can get caught up on the story thus far. I would say that there's a lot of little nuggets in there that are going to come up in the future, so it behooves you to at least take a peek. If you would like to support this channel, not only do subs help, but there is also a Patreon for the stream. If you would like to lend your aid to the Fancie's Fables, we would very much appreciate you, and your name will be in the credits of every YouTube video for each month that you support. And do any of you have any announcements?
I have something to say.
Yes, say it.
Say it.
Loud and proud.
I want to thank Hunter for being here. You're so fucking sweet
Yeah.
for being our first guest. I had
Cinnamon
Stealing
roll.
my thunder. I was getting there.
I had so
I know,
much
this
fun
bitch.
with Eros. I don't think you understand.
I love him so much.
I loved it. Thank you so much for being a character. I think it worked out perfectly. The closure was perfect. And yeah, who knows? Maybe we'll see Eros again.
Who knows? Who knows?
It was
I
great.
hope
I think
so.
He was a great
Awesome.
character. He was fun.
Extremely fun, and I am glad that you had me on. My only regret is I could only play for 2 sessions. Well, 2 and a little
2.5.
bit. 2.5.
Yeah.
Yes, it was great.
Well, we appreciated you being here. Eros is wonderful, and he didn't die, so maybe we could see him
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's true. It's true.
This is very true.
But yes, this guest slot position is something that we are bringing back for this campaign of Fancie's Fables. For those of you who have been here watching for the 5 years I've been doing D&D on Twitch, there was a little thing called Southern Sands. And in that campaign, we had brought in guests to play alongside us. This is the now version of that past thing. So keep an eye out for those announcements, and we are going to keep seeing some wonderful faces here.
It's okay if I make a quick little announcement thingy.
Yes.
Do it.
So it's more like a teaser. I have a huge announcement coming for my channel that might involve some people here tonight. I haven't gone public with anything, but I've been working really hard on something that's very exciting, and I hope to be able to share it within the next month or so. So if you like D&D related stuff, be sure to check that out, because it's I am pumped. I am absolutely pumped.
Where can I
yeah.
check out your announcements?
It's gonna be great.
I also
Yeah.
just put his link in the chat, so if anybody wants to click that and just follow him to have their bases covered. He's on Twitter. He's all over the place.
Doing
He's
it right
tweeting.
now.
Yeah. Thank you, Amanda, for putting that in there.
Hunter, are you a real life bard? Because I felt all sorts of inspired by that.
Are you real life bard?
I mean, I am quite good at being musically talented. So.
Nice.
That inspiration. Hit different though.
I heard he has perfect pitch,
No,
But-
God, no.
but that could just be a symptom of Link's disease.
Probably neither, because I am terrible with perfect pitch. I wish I did. I wish if someone hit a note on a keyboard, I could be like C#.
Like super awesome.
Thank you again, McHuntingtons, for enriching these past 2 episodes with you. We are eternally grateful for you being our first guest and for being such a wonderful joy to play with. You should see this guy fucking off screen though. Oh my god.
The worst. Jeez.
Oh
You
my
mean
god.
it's better?
You guys are great. Be good to yourself, be good to others, and we will see you all next time.
On Fancy Ball Z.
Fancy Ball Z.
Amanda just liked that.
We need a Fancy Ball emote. Please.
Pain.
All right, everybody, go to bed. Night.
Good night.
Bye.